They called it the Summer of Sirens. Every night, another sound of chaos. Every morning, another soul on the news. But this wasn't just another crime wave. It was something darker, something no one saw coming, until it was too late. Because the real monster wasn't hiding in the streets. It was living inside the system that created them. Brenton City used to be a place where people dreamed of better lives. Now, they dream of surviving the night. The first week, it was robberies. The second, home invasions. By the third, souls were caged for groceries. Police scanners never went quiet. You could hear the fear in the dispatcher's voice and the exhaustion in every officer's breath. One of them was Detective Marcus Hale. 20 years on the force, a man who thought he'd seen it all. Until the night he walked into apartment 6B. A mother, 2 souls were gone. The suspect? 17 years old. No record. Just a kid with shaking hands and a weapon he could barely hold. When they asked him why he did it, he said, "Because nobody listens unless you scream." Marcus couldn't sleep after that, because deep down he knew that boy wasn't lying. Within weeks, the city was burning. Security footage of carjackings filled the internet. News anchors called it America's moral collapse. But in Brenton, it was just Tuesday. Politicians blamed gangs. Gangs blamed poverty. And the people, they stopped believing in justice altogether. You didn't call 911 anymore. You locked your doors and hoped you weren't next. Then came the night that broke the country. A store owner, Elijah Brooks, 54 years old, confronted the 3 teenagers who broke into the market. 2 souls never made it out. The third was unarmed. The footage spread across the nation in seconds. Half called Elijah a hero. Half called him a wicked man. But the truth? Nobody knew anymore what justice even meant. The city split in 2. Families stopped talking. Friends became enemies overnight. Even Detective Hale began to question his badge. He'd sworn to uphold the law. But what happens when the law no longer protects the innocent? When asked if he still believed in justice, he whispered, "Justice doesn't live here anymore." The governor called it urban reform. But the people called it what it was: martial law, curfews, roadblocks, soldiers in the streets. Brenton was no longer a city. It was a warning. And in his final police report, Marcus Hale wrote one line that became legend. "We didn't lose control overnight. We gave it away piece by piece." The city's quiet now, too quiet. But in the silence, the echoes remain of sirens, screams, and sins that no one paid for. Because in a country built on justice, what happens when justice starts bleeding too? This is the Dark Diaries, where every story hides a truth, and every truth leaves a shadow behind. Kindly subscribe to enjoy more deep and intense stories.